started.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm Dave Shipper, and I'm here today with Stone and Snow, Karen and Clint. I'm not going to get your last names because I only remember Karen's last name. So why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us where you're from, what you're up to, and how you found the fest, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm Karen Bridges.
Okay.
You have last name. And this is Clint Thompson. And we are Stone and Snow. We are currently located in Bloomington, Illinois.
Yep.
That's right kind of in the middle of Illinois. And we've been writing, playing music together since about 2012. So it's been about 9 years now. Quite a few. We've got 3, almost 4 albums under our belt that we've released independently. Yeah. You got some more to add to that?
That's a good start.
I'm from Wisconsin originally.
Yeah.
So.
And that was one of my questions. If you were Snow and Clint was Stone, but you're from someplace else.
People always ask us that, but the name comes from the Rocky Mountains. It's a reference to that. I don't know. You want to tell the story of how we came about?
Yeah. So like one of the hardest things we ever had to do is name our band, and it went on for several weeks. We were both watching a show at the time called Hell on Wheels on AMC. It's about the building of the Transcontinental Railroad, and there was a scene in there where they got to the Rocky Mountains, and the guy says, "Yeah, the Rocky Mountains, at 14,000 feet of stone and snow." And I guess you watched that episode before me.
It.
So she texted that to me and was like, "What do you think about that?" And immediately I was like, "Yeah, I like that." So we threw out the other 600 horrible names, and went with that. It seemed to fit.
Yeah.
So
that's a wonderful story. Okay, well, let's just jump into our new Great River Folksinger Factoid survey. Have you figured out how you're going to do this? Are you going to each answer, or are you going to have a consensus, or are you going to debate that?
I don't know. We're going to see. We might have a consensus on some of them, but...
Have you been to lacrosse before?
I have not.
That's easy for him. I have been there, but I think it was like I've been there a couple times in my teenage years for school-related things. So it's probably been about 20 years since I've been there, honestly.
So then the giant 6-pack didn't register with you?
No, was it there?
It was there when, remember God's Country with Old Style? Old Style.
I don't think I was into Old Style when I was like 15, but it is Wisconsin, so I'm sure there's plenty of 15-year-olds that are into Old Style.
The advertising was out there. How about the guitar shop? Have either of you heard of that?
Yeah, we have. We've been to the one in Madison. We've got a few places, right?
Yeah. He's kind of a global guitar shop, so it's kind of interesting. And I was more curious because I wanted him to sponsor this songwriting contest, and I wanted to tell him all these artists know about you, Dave.
Definitely.
That's my research. You guys are part of my research.
All
okay,
right.
Cool. How about our Legends quiz? Bob Dylan or John Prine?
You go first.
Oh, I have to go first? Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to go.
It is ladies first. Yeah, come on, Karen.
So, I don't know. I preface this by saying, like, before I met Clint, like, my knowledge of music history was really quite poor because I grew up just listening to 90s pop music. My parents were, like, into popular music. My mom was into divas, and I just didn't have an education into, like, that kind of songwriting, folk music and singer-songwriter stuff. And so, like, really, I didn't really get to know Dylan or Prine until I met Clint. So I really feel like this is more of a song or a question for him.
Yeah, I love both of those guys. Pretty much the person that got me started on guitar was Bob Dylan. My friend and I, probably around sophomore year in high school, we both he got a guitar, and then I immediately wanted to get a guitar. And Dylan was probably our single biggest influence among many others, but I'm a huge Dylan fan. But I do love John Prine as well. Yeah, so.
Well, there's no right or wrong answer, but I think, Clint, I agree with you. It's like Dylan's impression has been so dramatic.
Oh, man.
But the writing style of John Prine's unique. So,
Yeah.
Joni Mitchell or Carole King?
I'm gonna have to go with Joni Mitchell on this one.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I heard A Case of You when I was younger, and that's when I really fell in love with her. So
I'm going to go Carole King. I didn't have very much experience with either of those artists until we started working together. So
I did.
You kind of did the Dylan thing, but
Yeah,
with them for me. So appreciate it.
you're welcome. Well, yeah, we cover I Feel the Earth Move. So I introduced him to Tapestry. So
Right. Carole King is really that songwriter expert. You know, when you think about it, her and what King, I think she worked. No, I forget. Goff. She worked with Goff all the time. Robert Cray or B.B. King? Both Grammy winners.
That's a tough question. B.B. King, obviously, he is king of the blues, and he influenced, obviously Robert Cray. But I have seen Robert Cray twice live. He's one of my favorites.
Mhm.
But I also really recognize the power that B.B. King has, the influence that he has, and he's kind of a pioneer of the electric blues guitar. So that's a really tough one.
do you have no choice?
I don't have
I'm
a
gonna
choice.
defer to you on that one because you're the one who plays the blues.
I gotta say B.B. King then,
All right.
Brandy Carlisle or Gillian Welch?
I think we probably agree on this one,
Yeah.
Gillian Welch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Not to love Brandy Carlisle, but
Well, we
I
all do, and I liked Randy Lewis Brown said that Gillian Welch created a music genre, which I never thought of it before that way. So I learn new all the time. Okay, you write morning, midnight, evening, when the muse knocks.
it's more like when the muse knocks, I would say. But constantly just evaluating my own thoughts. And so when I think of something and I'm like, oh, that's something interesting, I'm writing it down. So
I didn't ask you to. You always submit them as a duo. Do you co-write? Is it one writes the lyrics, songs, or you is there any kind of possessive? Oh no, I wrote that and it's gonna stay this way.
Well, there's always a little friendly competition that can't hurt. But no, I mean we do co-write. I would say that I tend to initiate more. I'll bring more starts, more ideas to him, but he'll kind of help finish my thoughts. And that's kind of how we started out too.
Mhm.
I had taken 6 years off, so I'm classically trained, and I voice is my primary instrument. And I took 6 years off in my youth after college and didn't do anything music wise. And then got to a point where I was like, I need to sing. I can't not sing. So I started writing, which I had done a little bit in my teenage years. So I picked that up again, and I just felt like I'm not a troubadour. I can't finish these thoughts. And so I, started to look for a songwriting partner who would help me finish these song ideas that I had going on. And that's when I met Clint, and we started working together, and it was a good match. So
Cool.
I'm definitely more of a contributor of melody and the music over the lyrics. Hear the word.
You write good lyrics, though.
Once
every 2 years.
Yeah,
but
every couple of years I'll write a song. So.
Yeah.
So Karen, then, do you work off of a prompt or just whatever comes in your head?
It's a lot of what comes into my head. Again, it's that evaluating what I'm thinking about, and is there a song there? And so sometimes it's just a little phrase, it's a hook there, and things grow from there.
Cool. Paper, computer, or something else?
Kind of both.
Yep.
I do love paper. I do have a lot of notebooks. I have a lot of journals. When I travel, I'll bring those, and I will bring a pencil. Yes, I do have a pencil sharpener. There's something about the pencil and the paper. I don't know. But then we also have we collaborate on Google Drive, so we have a communal like lyric journal where something comes to mind, we'll just hop in there and drop it down so we can share it easier that way. Yeah.
Lots of books that you've had over the years, huh? Cool.
Yeah, I got a lot of field notes filled with random things.
All right. Between the two of you, you're going to frame a lyrics or a song lyrics of one of your songs. Which song would it be?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I kind of thought about this, but I don't know. I'm not honestly, I'm not like a put words on the wall kind of person.
Is no, all you folk singers are shy. Oh, I don't want to do that. I'm looking forward to the one that says, "I'm going to frame my funniest song and put it in the bathroom."
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah.
But seriously, you must.
Well, I think like maybe the most like we wrote the song "Love Is a Weapon." I could see that being something put on the wall. It's inspiring.
Yeah. Or the bathroom.
Or the bathroom.
Yeah.
All right. Seriously, then, if you're going to put it up on the wall, what kind of frame is it going to be in?
A wooden frame.
Wooden.
Yeah,
sure.
It's definitely made of wood.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
Nice mahogany.
Yeah, maybe a rich mahogany.
Hang it in a place where nobody could see it because you're shy, right?
Yeah. We are shy, but that's, I don't know. I feel like a lot of performers are shy off stage, and like being on stage kind of like, I don't know, it opens things up.
Yep.
We can really be ourselves on stage kind of a thing. I don't know.
So who would you think as your best writing coach? You don't always have to know them, but most people do.
Well, I didn't really, I mean, I had written a few songs before I met Karen, but definitely was not into songwriting until we met. So you're definitely my biggest songwriting coach. Yeah, without a doubt.
It's too much pressure.
I did a lot of blues and other cover music before we met, so I wasn't doing too much song.
She did do songwriting.
But I need her to tell me, like, no, that's terrible.
I will do that.
Yeah, keep going with that. Yeah, the honesty
I'm
is
nothing
good.
if not brutally honest at times.
Yeah.
There's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, that's
but
what.
You have to be able. You can't just be like, "Oh yeah, that's great."
Yeah.
But you're in a profession where you need to be honest with each other on the song. So, yep.
Yeah.
So, Karen, you have a writing coach or somebody that you would have considered
officially, but I don't know. Like, I guess I have influences. I like poetry. I like poets. You could call poetry a writing coach.
Sure.
Just reading.
All right. Now here's the final one. I like. Everybody's got a different approach. 7 words you would tell your 10-year-old self.
Oh my gosh. We didn't prepare this one. I don't even remember this one.
Oh,
yeah. 7 words. 7 years old.
10 years old. Really, almost a teenager. Probably thinking you are.
Man.
We should have prepared for this question.
It isn't 7 words. What do you think you would want to tell yourself back then as a kid?
This is hard for an introvert. You're on the spot. It's gonna be all right.
Just like
Introverts usually when they get into this situation, this just burns them out. So you're going to be so tired later, Karen. It's so exhausting.
I'm alone. Cat.
something along the lines of just keep doing what you love to do in life. Don't worry about
And don't
how
worry
much
about
money you're gonna make
and
someday.
what anyone else thinks. Which,
Except your coach, your writing
yeah.
coach.
So we're looking forward to you guys winning, but I'm looking for all of the people winning. Somewhere along the line, I am so glad that you put your name in the hat. You found us somehow. This is going to be a journey. It's like, I know I've already reached out to you for house concerts. I know you travel through here. I'm going to want to see you two in concert. You're just fun to listen to. I love the way that you vary your music each time. I never know what Karen's going to be playing next time.
Yeah, we gotta keep it.
I didn't know. I didn't know I was a multi-instrumentalist until I joined this band. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I guess I can play drum. Like, I guess I'm actually kind of okay at playing the drum.
Well, now
I didn't think.
I didn't notice if the banjo was a banjotar or a real banjo.
Oh, it's a real banjo. It's tenor banjo. Tenor. 4-string.
So it's 2 strings away from being a banjotar.
Yeah.
Because it's tuned like the first 4 strings.
Yeah.
Oh, I play a little banjo.
So my buddy, I always tease him. I said, "Come on, Tim, that's not a real banjo. You just So it's sound.
I'm the same way. I was like, I'll just learn how to play the 5-string banjo. I don't need to. Yeah. And it's it's fun, when you have to teach yourself an instrument, and it really challenges you rather than just picking something up that you already know how to play. But I'm not knocking anybody who plays a banjotar. It's still, I think James Taylor played a banjotar on Neil Young's Harvest album. I thought I read that somewhere. It blew me away.
It wouldn't surprise me. And that would have been a long time ago. Yeah. So it's around for a while, but some people have picked it up and made it a real, especially in the country world. I think
they're just tools. They're all just tools.
Yeah.
And we shouldn't banjotar shame anyone.
No.
So you have any questions for me? Have you ever heard of the Great River Folk Fest?
I had not heard of it. Like it came up in my feed at some point. Maybe one of my friends liked one of your posts or whatever. And I was like, oh, what is this? Oh, Wisconsin. Yes, of course. And so I saw the songwriter contest and was like
40 years. So we
wow.
Started it. He was a UWL professor back in the 76 or 77. He was friends of Pete Seeger. So he had Pete Seeger at the festival that we had. And we've had some great festivals over the years. Still pretty small. We got maybe 1,500, 2,000 people circulate for 3 days. So really, I don't know if you know, I know who's his last name, Cody, somebody from who runs the Mile of Music up in the Fox River Valley. He came to our festival that one year and said, "You guys have the most relaxed festival I've ever been
to." That's good.
Great.
Yeah, so
folk artists weren't relaxing.
Yeah,
we weren't relaxed.
Well, Wisconsin is relaxed.
Yeah, mostly.
I still have the accent, even though I moved away. I can still speak the language.
You want Charlie Barron's, the Manitowoc Minute guy?
Oh yeah, I love him. He's so funny.
I'm actually from Manitowoc, so
you are.
Offended by that, or I could just say, "Yep, that sounds like Manitowoc people." So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me a see. All right. Thank you very much. Unless you have any other questions, I really appreciate you guys taking out time in your life and keep writing. And now you realize, now that you're a finalist, you don't need to submit any more videos because I have enough videos to watch. I'll
Yeah.
I will be in contact as we hit the finals round. You'll have to decide. We picked "Cruel," I believe, as your song, so you'll have to
Yeah.
pick the other song that the finalists will judge.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
Thank you very much.
I really do appreciate the conversation, Clinton, Karen, and
Yeah.
yeah, let's stay friends through this.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Sounds great.
Thank you for having us.